So today we're gonna grab 3 very basic ingredients and create one of the most extraordinary dishes ever, folks. We're talking a savory tomato and egg tart. This recipe has such an incredible depth of flavors. It is effortless to make, and it takes just 5 minutes of prep work to put it all together. I like to serve this tart for dinner just because it's nice and savory and it works so well with a glass of wine, but you can totally serve this for either breakfast or brunch. Now the 3 ingredients we are using here are canned diced tomatoes, fresh eggs, and pre-made pizza dough. It doesn't get any easier than that. Of course, I'm gonna add in some very basic spices and herbs to give this tart an incredible lift of flavors, guys. This is gonna be so much fun to make. Let's dive right in. If this is your first time here, make sure you smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon to be notified when I release new content. To my returning subscribers, welcome back. I'm gonna begin by cracking 6 large eggs into an extra large bowl. Now the eggs that I'm using are cage-free organic eggs, but you can use whatever eggs that you want. And I'm gonna beat the eggs until they're well combined. For the next ingredient, I'm gonna grab 2 15-ounce cans of diced tomatoes and add them into a sieve with a bowl underneath. And using a spoon, I'm gonna mix the diced tomatoes around to remove as much of the excess liquid as possible. Once the tomatoes are well drained, I'm gonna add them into the bowl with the eggs. To season our mixture, I'm gonna add in 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of dried thyme, half a teaspoon of dried parsley, a generous half teaspoon of fine sea salt, and some freshly cracked black pepper. And I'm gonna mix this all together until it's well combined. This is a very important step. You want all those seasonings to be evenly divided with those eggs and tomatoes. For the next step, I'm gonna grab a round baking pan. The size of this one is 8 inches in diameter. I'm gonna drizzle in a kiss of extra virgin olive oil. And I'm gonna brush the extra virgin olive oil all over the pan, including the sides. Again, this is a very important step. That when we add our pizza dough in there and we bake it in the oven, it doesn't stick to the baking pan. Moving on, I'm gonna grab 1 pre-made pizza dough. Here in Spain, they already sell it rolled out, so it makes it so much easier. If you can't find them like this, you just roll out your dough and make sure the thickness of it is about 1/8 of an inch. I'm gonna dust off my hands with some all-purpose flour. This just makes it so much easier to work with the dough. Transfer the pizza dough into the baking pan and start gently molding it into the baking pan. You wanna be very gentle here, that way you don't break the pizza dough apart. And again, by dusting off my hands with some all-purpose flour, it's making it so much easier to mold this into the baking pan. Once the dough's well molded into the baking pan, I'm gonna lightly pierce it with a fork all over. This is gonna help the dough fully cook through and also give it a beautiful crispy texture. Then I'm gonna add in our tomato and egg mixture into the baking pan. And make sure it's all in a single layer. And I'm gonna add this into a preheated oven, bake only option. That's just the bottom heat, 210 degrees Celsius, which is about 425 degrees Fahrenheit. After about 45 minutes, our tomato and egg tart should be perfectly cooked. I'm gonna remove it from the oven. And I'm gonna let this rest here at room temperature for about 10 minutes. The eggs are still cooking, and this is gonna help finish cooking them up as well as settle down the tart. After about 10 minutes, this tart is ready to go. I'm gonna remove it from the baking pan. And look how easily that came out. Again, the magic of greasing your pan correctly. And I'm gonna cut a slice of the tart, that way you can see what it looks like inside and give this a try. This seriously came out looking incredible. Cannot wait to try it. Here we go. That is mind-blowing good. Yes, mind you, those spices and herbs together is what really gives it that pop of flavors. We use 3 of the most basic ingredients, canned diced tomatoes, eggs, and pre-made pizza dough to create something this good, guys. And plus, look how fancy it looks. Seriously, guys, so easy to make. It was done in about 1 hour after letting it settle. This is one of the best things ever. And again, made with the most basic ingredients. Make this at home. It will completely blow away. Hold on. It's so good. There's that nice crunch from that pizza dough. Really quick before I go on. Quick shout out to one of my patrons, Cheryl. Again, Cheryl, thank you so much for all your support. I truly appreciate you. For the rest of you, if you're not with me on Patreon, consider becoming one. Help with ingredients and equipment to continue making videos like this. You'll find my Patreon link in the description box below and iCard above. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button. Leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, smash that subscribe button. Till the next time, hasta luego.